Welcome back. Driver killed after attack on SPLM delegation in Eastern Equatoria. Before we proceed with this tragic incident, I would like you to help the channel by subscribing, turn on the notification bell so whenever we upload a new video you can be notified. A tragic incident happened on Thursday in Eastern Equatoria State. According to this information, a driver working for the State Legislative Assembly was killed after unknown army men attacked a convoy traveling along the Torit-Makwi Road. According to information released by local authorities, the group was traveling to Pagere in Makwi County. Their mission was to launch the ruling SPLM grassroots membership registration campaign ahead of the planned national election. Before reaching their destination, the convoy was suddenly attacked near the Tutumore area. During the attack, the driver, identified as Adolfo, was shot and died at the scene. Two others people were also injured. One was Emilio Iga, a member of the SPLM delegation. The second injured person was a security officer assigned to protect the team. Another senior SPLM leaders, Dr. Margaret Ito Leonardo, who was traveling with the delegation, was not injured during the incident. Officials say the attack happened without warning. The delegation was carrying out political activities connected to the party nationwide registration campaign when the shooting took place. The death of the driver has shocked many people in Eastern Equatoria. Leaders who work with him describe him as a hardworking and loyal employee who had served the State Legislative Assembly for many years. According to Assembly official, he had been working as a driver even before the 2010 election. Many colleagues remember him as someone who faithfully carried out his duties over the years. His death is being mourned by friends, families, members, and government officials who knew him personally. After the attack, security force arrived in the area and began investigating what had happened. Police officials confirmed that the attackers have not yet been identified. At this time, authorities say they do not know who carried out the ambush. No arrests have been announced and no army group has claimed responsibility for the attack. Investigators are now gathering information and speaking with witnesses in an effort to find those responsible. This incident has once again raised concern about security along major roads in South Sudan. In many parts of the country, road travel remain dangerous because of attack by unknown army group, criminal activity, and local conflict. Many people depend on this road every day for business, travel, and government work. When attacks like this happen, they not only cause loss of life but also create fear among communities and travelers. The incident also comes at an important political moment. Political parties across South Sudan are increasing their activities as the country prepares for election planned for December. Many parties are visiting towns and villages to register members, meet supporters, and expand their political program. Because of this, security during political activities has become an important issue. Many observers believe that political leaders, election workers, and ordinary citizens should be able to travel safely if the election process is to move forward peacefully. Civil society representative also reacted to the attack. They expressed sadness over the loss of life and called for the government to strengthen security. They say leaders from every political party should be free to meet communities without fear of violence. They also urged investigators to identify those responsible and ensure they are brought before the law. For many South Sudanese, incidents like this increase concern about public safety as the election period approaches. The coming month will likely test the country's ability to provide security for political activities across different states. Authorities said investigations are continuing and more information may become available once police complete their work. We will continue to follow this story and bring you an official update as they are released. Well, then move on. Lawmakers raise concern about security aid of election. Our next report focuses on growing concern about security across South Sudan as the country prepares for general elections planned for December. Several members of South Sudan Transitional National Legislative Assembly have warned that continued violence in different parts of the country could make it difficult to hold peaceful and successful election. During a recent parliament meeting session in Juba, lawmakers discussed the security situation, especially in Warab State. They said the violence in some areas has become a serious challenge for both political leaders and ordinary citizens. Many members of parliament explained that insecurity is not only affecting daily life but it's also making it difficult for elected leaders to visit the communities they represent. One lawmaker said many citizens often ask why their representatives do not come to meet them. However, according to the lawmakers, the answer is simple. Some roads are considered unsafe and traveling through certain areas could put people's life at risk. Because of this, several members of parliament said they have remained in Juba instead of visiting their constituencies. One female lawmaker said she fears she could be attacked if she traveled by road to her home area. She explained that many roads are unsafe because of violence and insecurity. She also said that poor roads make travel even more difficult, especially during the rainy season when many roads become muddy and nearly impossible to use. The lawmaker added that she has received criticism from the people she represents because they rarely see her in person. She said this situation is painful because she wants to meet her communities, listen to their concerns, and understand the problem they are facing. Instead, she has been forced to remain away because of security risk. She questioned how candidates will campaign freely if current lawmakers cannot safely travel across the country. She also asked how voters and election officials will move from one place to another if roads remain dangerous. Well, these are important questions because successful elections require people to move freely. Candidates need to campaign, election workers need to deliver voting materials, security officers need to protect polling stations. Most importantly, citizens need to reach polling centers safely in order to cast their votes. If movement becomes difficult or dangerous, many people could face challenges participating in the election process. During the debate, another issue was also raised. Some lawmakers say Parliament has not taken a long recess for nearly 3 years. Normally, parliamentary recesses allow members to return home, meet local communities, and learn about the challenges people are facing. According to several lawmakers, the lack of funding has made this visit difficult. As a result, some representatives say they have not been able to reconnect with their voters for a long time. Many believe this weekend the relationship between elected leaders and the people they served Another members of parliament shared different opinion about how this country should respond to violence. He said military operation alone cannot solve every security problem. According to him, lasting peace requires more than sending soldiers to trouble areas. He said communities also need development, project, education, employment opportunities, and peace building program. He explained that when young people have no job and few opportunities, they may become involved in violence or revenge attack. Creating employment, improving schools, and supporting local communities could help reduce the conflict over time. The lawmakers also spoke about policing. He said police officers should play a stronger role in maintaining law and order within communities. According to his remark, many conflict-affected areas do not have enough police officers. Without enough police, it becomes difficult to prevent crime, investigate incidents, and protect civilians. For that reason, he suggested that government officials responsible for security should explain why some communities continue to have limited police services. The discussion in Parliament showed that security remains one of the biggest concerns as South Sudan moves closer to its planned election. This would be a historic vote. If the election take place as scheduled, they would be the country's first general election since South Sudan gained independence in 2011. Over the year, elections have been postponed several times as political leaders work to implement different part of the peace agreement signed in 2018. Many important reforms are still being discussed. This includes security reform, constitutional changes, preparation for electoral institutions, and other political processes connected to the peace agreement. The government has repeatedly stated that it remains committed to organizing peaceful, free, and credible elections. Government leaders have also encouraged political parties and citizens to prepare for the voting process. At the same time, some opposition groups, civil society organizations, and international observers continue to express concern. They say challenges such as insecurity, delay in implementing part of the peace agreement, logistical difficulties, and limited resources could affect election preparation. Many South Sudanese are now watching closely to see how these challenges will be addressed in the coming month. For many citizens, peace and security remain the most important priorities. People want to see an environment where political parties can campaign peacefully, voters can participate without fear, and election officials can carry out their responsibility safely. Whether this condition can be achieved before December remains one of the biggest questions facing the country today. As preparation continues, both government officials and political parties are expected to hold more meetings and discussion about improving security and ensuring that the election process moves forward peacefully. We will continue to follow this development and provide updates as more information become available.